John Pricci, horseraceinsider.com, and, of course, longtime racing analyst with us and with me over the many, many years, not only on radio, but WNYT with his best bet. We'll get back into that when we get to the month of July and Saratoga. But, John, always a pleasure. Good morning. Happy Kentucky Derby weekend.
Well, thank you very much, and a happy Oaks Day to you and Chris as well.
Yeah, I love it. You love it because it signifies the start for me of the horse racing frenzy here in the Capital Region. You live it year round, though, John. All right, 20 horses. We don't need to run down all 20, but give us some direction here of who you think will win this race and why.
Frenzy. This race is a frenzy. Roger, as you know, I've been around too long. I've been around a long, long time. And I know things get smaller as you look in the rear view. But honest to God, it seems to me this is the most talent-laden, deepest field I have ever encountered while I've been doing this professionally, and I've been doing it professionally for almost 50 years. Okay, I'm going to give you 6 names. Either any of these horses, without the other 5, would probably be the heavy favorite in this race. But there are 6, and I mean this, no hyperbole, there are 6 potential superstars in here. I'm going to take them from the outside in post position wise. Vino Rosso has come into his own. He doesn't flash you, he doesn't dash you, but he's getting good at the right time. He's built like a motor house. His Wood Memorial was extraordinary. It was the race they were finally looking for after they got him out of Tampa, and he's training like a house on fire. Mendelssohn earned the highest thoroughgraph rating that I have ever seen at this point of the season. For those who know what I'm talking about, it was a -4.5. Extraordinary. Most derbies are won with horses that earn zeros or -1s and -2s. He's already run a -4. The question or the problem is, the concern is he did it in Dubai, loose on the lead on a speed favoring track. And the move was so forward that a regression seems highly likely. But he just might be a freak, as the rest of the horses we're going to talk about now. Bolt d'Oro. Good Magic was the 2-year-old champion last year. It was a very controversial vote because many people thought that Bolt d'Oro should have been the 2-year-old champion, but when Good Magic beat him in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, he got the vote by a fairly slim margin. He's on the same schedule as Good Magic is now. In other words, both trainers, Mick Ruiz and, of course, Chad Brown, have trained their horses to peak in their 3rd start off a layoff. That's what's happening with this guy. Javier Castellano chose to stay with Pletcher, who is an East Coast meal ticket for him. Yes, he did jump off Bolt d'Oro. But in the meantime, all year, Victor Espinoza, who's only won 3 Kentucky Derbies, gets the mount. He says he's going to put him in the race. The horse is very nicely drawn in post 11. Now we come to the favorite in the race, Justified. He'll probably be somewhere around 5-2, 3-1. No favorite in this race should be 5-1. That's how deep the competition is. Bob Baffert has confided to people kind of off the record because you don't want to insult your Triple Crown winner, but he told someone who I trust that this is the best horse I've ever laid my hands on. He is going to have to be. There's that Curse of Apollo that everybody's talking about, no 2-year-old since 1884, and all the rest of it. But he's had 3 races in a short period of time. He's beaten questionable competition, and he's done it in small fields. This is a 20-horse wild rodeo. So he's going to have to be everything Bob thinks he is, and he very well may be. But as a handicapper / batter / guy looking for value, I have to let him beat me. Audible. Audible won the Florida Derby. The Florida Derby's won 3 out of the last 5 Kentucky Derbies. He also won the Holy Bull this year. 2 extraordinary performances. And yay, he's a New York bred. So if he wins, that's fine too. That's Todd Pletcher, 1 of 4. Castellano got off Bolt Doro to ride Audible. And finally, we get to the horse that I picked on top. And the people in Mechanicville are either going to love and hate me after this because I like Good Magic. I've been on him since I bet him in the Champagne as a maiden, and he ran second. I bet him in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile as a maiden, and he won. I bet him when he came back in his 3-year-old debut, but Chad announced to the world long before, I'm giving him 3 races. He's going to peak on Derby Day. He ran like a short horse. He tightened him up a little bit, and he got him to win the Bluegrass. And what I loved about his group Bluegrass, while it wasn't flashy, I saw him get tired at the end, which just, it speaks to the narrative about getting him ready inch by inch by inch. He came back with 2 sensational workouts after that. He's impressing people at the Downs with his physical condition. When I look at him on the track, his creases, when those horses have lines in them, they're called creases, and they're creases of condition. This horse can't be any tighter than he is right now. He may not be the best horse in this race, talent-wise. I don't know. We're going to have to find out. But I do know this. He's going to run the race of his life. He's 12-1 on the morning line. He's the local boy, and that's where I'm at. I'm looking for a little Good Magic in Kentucky Derby 144.
I love it, John. I love going with Chad Brown. It's the best horse, without questions, he's ever had that he's putting to the starting gate in the Kentucky Derby. That's for sure. So I would love to see that, and it will be where my money goes. And when you like a horse to win, I've learned from you over the years. You like a horse that's going to win this race, then go bet that horse to win the race, and make a single bet as well. Like pick that horse to win.
Yes, absolutely. You have to. I mean, it's the Kentucky Derby. You got to, bragging rights, and you got to bet the horse to win, and that's the way you do it. After that, if you're playing superfectas, it's $1 minimum, unfortunately. So that prices a lot of our people, including myself, out of it because it would cost hundreds to cover the permutations, given how deep this field is. And there are a couple of 30 or 50-1 shots that I can make a good case for hitting the board. So, it's going to be hard to know what to do. So, but I'm just going to concentrate on trying to pick the winner, and who knows? We may see something quite extraordinary tomorrow. And I'll tell you what, the horse that wins this race is going to immediately enjoy superstar status because of the quality and the quantity of the competition he'll meet tomorrow.
Preach, you don't need to go into details. Just give me 1 30-1 shot I can put in there to make some money.
Can I give you 2?
Yeah.
All right. I'll give you Free Drop Billy, and I'll give you Enticed.
Okay. Got it. Marked it down, and we'll be heading to the window tomorrow morning. We'll be
Well, here's
visiting.
The secret, though, Raj. You got to head back to the window on Sunday morning.
Right. That's the key. That is the key. If you're heading back Sunday, you've hit, and it's all good. Hey, keep up the great work, John. Thanks for a few minutes, as always, here on the day before the running of the Kentucky Derby.
Hey, thanks for having me. Have a great weekend,
You too.
Guys.
Good job. Great stuff there. Love list of John Pricci breaking it all down.